Hailing from Australia, this is Logan Martin!
Logan downside whip to bar speed.
Downward 3-bar, downside flare. Logan Martin!
Downside whip to bar speed.
Downward 3-bar, downside flare. Some big tricks out of the gate. Come on, Logan. Double tail with that in. Yeah, Logan, bar speed backflip. Tuck going there, yeah, barrel roll bar spin. Wow, flip whip transfer. Down with 30 seconds, Logan, 30 seconds. Come on, Shane, you like it, here we go. Double truck on up the other side. 10 seconds, Logan. Triple tail whip over the hill. And that's time for Logan Martin. Hey, give it up for Rockstar. This is Logan Martin! Wow, massive flare!
非常的凶悍，好高的90度转角的穿越。
Bar spin, backflip, tail whip. Yeah, Logan. Downward transfer right here. Backflip, bar spin, also known as a barrel roll, drop to the shoulder in the backflip. 30 seconds, Logan. Yo, flip, whip, transfer.
我为观众们的尖叫在哪里？
Yeah, 360 tail whip transfer up. 10 seconds, Logan, 10 seconds. 450 double bar. 3, 2, 1, that's it for Logan Martin.
Logan Martin 来自澳大利亚。竞争时代。
Tucked away to 360.
Whoa,
360 double whip transfer. Flair on the big corner. Let's make some noise, Shango! 20 seconds, Daniel, 20 seconds. 10 seconds, 3 can. On the turn down, Flair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Daniel! Here we go! Yeah, team. Cork down 7 to start these off. Double whip on the quarter. He's just firing it up now. Yeah, hands whip the 3. 7:20. 30 seconds, Daniel. 30 seconds. Yeah, Daniel. Alpha 3X over the box. Bar spin, tail tap, mix it up, get some lip tricks in there. Coast it down, 3X up. 5 seconds. And that's time for Daniel Dares. Come on, Daniel, let's hear it for one of the most decorated guys in our sport, Daniel Dares. Here we go!
你出场就是360神龙摆尾。
Yeah, team. Parked out 7 to start things off. Double whip on the corner. He's just firing it up now.
360双手3把。
Yeah, Dares whip the 3.
所有动作非常的干净。
7:20. 30 seconds, Daniel. 30 seconds.
7把而过，中间的 spine， 反方向360的 X up。
Yeah, Daniel. Oppo 3X up over the box.
可以看来到场地另外一边，455的 X up。
Bar spin, tail tap, mix it up, get some lip tricks in there. Coast it down, 3X up.
360度车把扭转。
5 seconds.
还有最后10秒钟。
And that's time for Daniel Dares.
All right，掌声鼓励。
Come on, Daniel, let's hear it for one of the most decorated guys in our sport, Daniel Ders!
All right， 接下来还有2位选手，来自澳大利亚的 Logan Martin stand by， 正在等候出场，一直
All right, let's
世
do
界
it.
排
Next
名第一
runner.
的选手。
Starting over there in that corner from Australia, doing it for Rockstar. This is Logan Martin!
非常帅气的，哇！
Wow,
暴风山
massive
的
flare!
转180度转法，开始一轮非常的凶悍，超高的90度转角的穿越。
Bar spin, backflip, tail whip.
反转把
Yeah,
这个
Logan.
摆尾，
Down whip transfer
大
right
家的
there.
热情在哪里？
Backflip, bar spin, also known as a barrel roll, drop to the shoulder and the backflip.
我们选手表现
30
还
seconds,
不够好
Logan.
吗？
Yo, flip whip transfer.
各位观众，你们的尖叫在哪里？
Yeah, 360 tail whip transfer up. 10 seconds, Logan, 10 seconds.
Welcome the world, BMX influences, and everyone else abroad. We are here live in Chengdu, China. This is the FISE World Series presented by Honor. You're joining us for the finals of the UCI BMX Freestyle Park Championship. It's about to go underway. We had the semifinals go up yesterday. Finals are about to happen. Myself, Ryan Meyer, I am joined by none other than Daryl now. Daryl, thank you so much again for joining us all the way over here in China.
Ryan, you have to be kidding me because the honor is all mine. This is the big show, the grand finale. We had 4 stops prior throughout the year, and the energy at the apex of this UCI BMX event is just ready to explode out on this battlefield.
Let's talk about how this is one of the largest tours. It's the first time ever that we are able to have the UCI BMX Freestyle sanctioned World Tour. Basically, this means that the FISE has stepped up, and for 5 stops, we've gone around the world to different locations, presenting those inhabitants with this amazing professional lineup of freestyle BMXers. Let's take a look at where it all lined up and happened. Montpellier, France, that's the original spot of the FISE. We started there at the start of May in 2016 this year. Moved over for the first time to Croatia, Osijek, that's where we were. And for the first time ever, initiating in North America, FISE entered into Denver, Colorado, the United States of America, and then we trenched up north to the great Canada, where we reside in Edmonton. Since then, moving all the way across the globe once again for our 5th and final stop here in Chengdu, China.
So important having this worldwide series. We're taking a look at worldwide, full globe, BMX represented in every spectrum of the planet, coming together not only with the different styles, but also with the different riders.
Look at the flags there. It is absolutely perfect condition for the riders right now. Cloudy, 12 degrees, 4 kilometers, and 15% of humidity. In all other terms, that means perfect riding condition right now. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's definitely not windy.
Ryan, what that means for all of our riders at home, this is t-shirt weather. This is perfect riding conditions. You see the flags are sitting there basically still, so you don't have any of the outdoor elements that can maybe throw a rider off course or wind up affecting them.
Big thing about the overall here at the FISE is what it comes down to for this 5th and final stop. It's a points battle to see who's going to be claiming the top honors of the world champion here for the FISE and the UCI BMX Freestyle. Let's take a look at the leaderboard right now and see how it stands for the overall.
So Ryan, after 4 stops, Logan Martin is sitting on top with 33,400 points. But this is the battle of the Titans, and Daniel Dares is so close in 2nd place with 33,200 points. So what that means is after 4 stops around the world, there are only 200 points separating these 2 world-class athletes to see who is going to be riding away as 2016 FISE World Series champion. But now if we look at the board, another interesting thing to note, between Nick Bruce and also Alex Colborn, there is literally just under 3,000 points separating those next 5 riders. So it is definitely a points race out here. Every rider that's in the finals is going to be awarded a series of points. So it's going to be really interested to see who is going to come out on top.
One of my picks and favorite riders all over for BMX these days, who I would love to see in the finals, but unfortunately did not make the cut yesterday in the semis. We're going to show you a little course preview that he lined up for us.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Ken Peraza. We're here in Chengdu, China for the final stop of the FISE World Tour. I want to take you guys around the course and show you some stuff that I like to do. Oh, yeah. We're coming into this volcano, pocket into the vert wall. I can't, as you can see, because I suck. We're going to jump the box jump backwards. And hitting this curve wall ride. Incredible. And there's the spine over here, hip. hard for me to breathe. But I'll take you guys over this crazy shit. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Yeah, that was a little GoPro preview for you guys. Enjoy.
So there you have it. Kevin Peraza yesterday finished in 13th, did not qualify for the finals, but he's showing you one of the biggest and best courses that we've had so far on the FISE World Series. As Kevin demonstrated, there's a lot of box jumps, especially in the middle of the course, that are allowing the riders to boost and throw crazy tricks. But this is a traditional park course where there's a lot of tall quarter pipes, vert walls, big curved wall rides, and a lot of different features that are setting the riders up for some really cool, unique transfers. Which actually yesterday, Ryan, we had our semifinal go down where we saw 24 riders battling it out, trying to be one of the top 12 from making the cut. But we actually have a chance to see the cream of the crop from yesterday's riding. We have an opportunity to look under the hood of #1 qualifier Alex Colborne's run.
Checking out, this is what makes the UK rider step up onto the top of the box here. One of the first time we've seen him in this position. Look at that 360 triple tail whip starting things off. Amazing riding for Mr. Colborne.
Yeah, Alex rode so well yesterday. This is very reminiscent of our first stop out in Montpellier where he qualified first. And actually, due to some weather rain delay where we weren't able to have the finals, his qualifying score actually gave him the 10,000 points that were awarded for a first place. So Colborne right here looks extremely comfortable on this big transition course, and because of the fact that he wound up qualifying in first place, he's going to have honors to go last. So we're basically doing it in reverse ranking order. But right now you're seeing him just utilize the entire course out here, and you throw in not only tech tricks like that tail whip to foot jam and that nose press on the wall ride around, but he had insanely big jumping tricks like that 360 triple tail whip. And he really just kept it running, not only for his first run, but what we're going to see now in his second run, he had that same intensity, but he also took a slightly different approach on the course.
Keep in mind, this is an overall impression for 2 runs. It isn't one run, the best run counts. This is taking both runs into consideration. So now you can watch and really see, check out lines like this, huge transfer. You can really compare them, changing it up with that 720 bar spin, huge amplitude on quarters, showing a lot of diversity in his style, like you said, Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, this is right here, signature Colborne. And when Alex is on, I mean, he's unstoppable. Throughout the tour, he had a little bit of trouble out in Denver. His bicycle was actually lost by the airline, so he wasn't able to compete. But right now, you put Alex Colborne on a course that favors his riding, like these big transitions. Yes, getting very tech on that 540 bar spin foot jam. But if you have a course like this that favors Alex's conditions, he is unstoppable, which we saw yesterday. Very great riding, coming in top honors. And like we said, he's going to be a top contender out here in our final, which is ready to get underway.
Keep in mind, you can always get in touch with myself, Ryan, or Daryl. Now you can always follow us on our respective handles. But if you want to check out any of the FISE content, make sure you follow us on Facebook. Like that link, FISE.official. That's the one with the blue check mark right beside the name. Instagram and Twitter as well at FISE World. Snapchat, if you're one of those boys or girls and you want to check out some instant video content, make sure you follow on our handle, FISE World Series, and include hashtags in all your posts, FISE World. For any other instant, social, or video content, make sure you make your way over to FISE.tv for all the other info.
Yeah, Ryan, it's so cool that not only riding has been progressing, especially in 2016 at our World Series, but the fact that technology plays such an important role in it. You watching at home, throw down those hashtags because it's really fun for all the riders to also see who is watching around the world and how you're doing it in style.
I believe we're lining up to throw down to Catfish, our live MC. Take it away for the rider intro.
To the finals of the FISE World Series. BMX Park about to go down. Let's meet the runners. Riding in the 12th position from Greenville, North Carolina, USA, Josh Perry. From Essex, England, Jack Clark.
来自英国的选手，第一位是来自美国
From Toronto, Canada, Mike Varga.
来自加拿大的 Mike Varga，
From Portsmouth, United Kingdom, Declan Brooks.
第四位来自英国
From Youngstown, Ohio, USA, Nick Bruce.
第五位同样是美国选手，
Cartago, Costa Rica's Kenneth Tencio.
来自哥斯达黎加，
Lake Havasu, USA, Jeremy Mallet.
同样来自美国。
From New Richmond, Wisconsin, USA, Colton Walker.
同样来自极限运动发源地美国。
From Sydney, Australia, Brandon Lupos.
来自南半球的澳大利亚，
From Caracas, Venezuela, Daniel Dares.
来自南美洲的委内瑞拉，
From Brisbane, Australia, Logan Martin.
同样来自世界排名第一。来
And
自澳大
your
利亚
#1 qualifier from Jersey, United Kingdom, Alex Colborne.
来自英国，
1 minute for warm-up, gentlemen. 1 more minute to roll
Thank
around.
you, Catfish, for rolling that
Chengdu.
out and showing us
This
the
is
riders
BMX history
straight up
going
who's going to
down.
be in front of us on this 12-person lineup. Let's take a look right now again at the start list, see who is going to be dropping first. Let's talk a bit about who you think maybe is going to be on top of the box. Daryl?
This is the battle of the Titans. Josh Perry qualified in 12th, so he's going to be our first rider to kick it off, followed by Jack Clark, Mike Varga, Declan Brooks, Nick Bruce, Kenneth Tencio.
We're into Jeremy Mallet, Colton Walker, Brandon Lupos, Daniel Dares, Logan Martin. Those are the two battling it out for the points break on the overall. And our #1 semifinalist, Alex Colborne.
So the way we're breaking it down, we have 3 separate heats with 4 riders in each. It doesn't matter if you're the first rider to go or if you're the last. You're going to be battling it out. 2 runs on the course. It's overall impression, similar to our semifinal. And we're going to see which rider is going to be judged the best points from our 3 judges that we have featured up here. Waving to the camera from France is none other than Bibi. And then from Croatia, we have none other than Igor Vukadinovic. And then looking very stylish in the black shades and FISE cap is none other than Dave Hank Cleworth.
Mentioning the UCI over there, let's not forget our UCI delegate, Bart de Jong, from the Netherlands, who has been a head judge as well for many years and taking over now for the UCI. But let's go over that format. How are the judges going to be scoring these riders?
Yeah, so essentially, like we said, 12 riders broken down into 3 separate heats. So that means there's going to be 4 riders in each heat. They're going to have 2 runs on the clock. Both runs are going to count. They're going to be judged from 0 to 100. And then we have a separate best trick competition going down. So this will be judged completely separate from the riders' 2 runs. They're going to have 3 attempts out on the course. Sometimes in FISE fashion, we see a lot of worlds first. So if a rider does happen to go more than 3, that's for the fans, that's for the energy, and that's for the progression and pushing the sport of BMX. So right now we're taking a look at the battlefield out here before the riders throw down at the big grand finale. So now, Ryan, we've had 4 stops around the world. This is the big show. 200 points separate 2 world-class athletes. We're talking about Logan Martin and Daniel Dares. Whichever rider places in front of each other will wind up rolling away as the 2016 FISE World Series champion. So the course is set. Our judges are in place. Our riders are just getting ready and locked and loaded to get shot out of a cannon. The crowd here in Chengdu is just funneling into our park, really surrounding this battlefield. And the crowd at a FISE event is such a crucial element where that energy just builds and feeds off the riders. And that's why, Ryan, we're able to see time and time again so many world's first that go down at a FISE event.
Exactly. That's what you're talking about, those world firsts and the crowd influence, and that's where it comes in handy at the best trick at the end of the heats. This is super typical from Montpellier fashion. When the crowd gets loud, the tricks get gnarly, and you see stuff that you were not expecting to see, and we weren't expecting to see. That's what we want to have happen here in Chengdu. That's why the crowds are out in swarms. They know what they're here to watch. The last event of this stop, of the overall stop for FISE World Series, is going to be the BMX Freestyle Finals.
So special the fact that this has been a worldwide event. Right now our riders are in position, and we're talking about our first rider to go, none other than Josh Perry, coming all the way from North Carolina, doing it for Garden of Life. His main focus is visualizing his riding tied in with health, fitness, and pushing his own level of riding. So right now, Josh Perry getting things started, the big tail whip. That is a red carpet entrance, and how you welcome into our FISE BMX Park final. Wow, Josh coming
Perry.
in, 720, super corked out to the side.
Massive amplitude. Whoa, look at that double whip there. I think he stepped it up.
So Perry right now knows that both of these runs count. He's out here to really make his mark. He said one of his goals for the year was to make the finals here at every single FISE he was at. But right now he's looking to turn it up a few more notches and be back on the podium like he was out in Croatia. Big wall tap, coming back with a 360 no-hander. Josh Perry is in the groove right now, Ryan. He's putting on some throttle. It looks like he's going to come back into the box jump feature. Backflip tail whip, yeah!
Huge transfer, pulling way back for that tuck no-hander. Wall ride to tail whip.
Nicely done, Josh Perry. Getting a huge roar of applause from the crowd out here. What a great run to start things off. As mentioned, it's overall impression, but for a rider coming out, your first run, you smash a solid run with enormous tricks like this tail whip bunny hop drop in off that big sub wall. Look at that 720, so much style, especially in his second rotation out there. You saw that he sped up, spotted the landing, came around just like he did on that backflip tail whip as well.
So that does it for Josh Perry's first run. We're going to be waiting to see what the judges roll in, but I think before that we're going to be moving into our next rider all the way from Essex, United Kingdom, Great Britain. This is going to be Jack Clark.
Jack Clark is such a badass on his bike because he does whatever he wants when he's on the course. Yeah, 360 double truck driver over that box jump feature backwards. Yes.
Oh, look at the boost there on that 360 tail up to invert. Over there, that tail whip to tabletop as well. Did he end up winning, actually, the Daryl Now line of the day yesterday?
I'm going to put it out there and give it to him officially right now because I love Jack Clark's style. He's been one of my favorite riders to watch the entire series because he's got very tech tricks like that 540 bar spin. He's got the ability to throw his handlebars around, and he's got great style like that 360
Amazing.
flatty.
Oh, and 540 double bar spin. Like you said, he has tricks all over the place, throwing huge style points like that invert 360. Oh, that corked out 540. The 540 double bar spin. He has it all jam-packed into one run here.
Yeah, paying some homage to Dennis McCoy, the DMC first rider to throw down that 540 double bar spin. But right now, it's all about Jack Clark looking to get technical, coming around, pulling that revert right there at the buzzer. So Jack Clark putting down a solid first run here. 2 riders down of 4 in the first heat. But again, it is overall impression, and Jack Clark made quite an impression with that 360 double bar spin. There's a look at that tail whip with a invert. Here's a look with one tail whip straight into another, and there's that 540 double bar spin. And popping that alley-oop flat spin 540. So Jack Clark having a lot of variety in his runs, but we're going to see if that's going to pay off with the judges.
Mike Varga, the Canadian, the only Canadian in our finals, I believe. I think so.
Well, right now he's the Canadian that matters because the battlefield is his. Varga, hailing from the Toronto area, another rider who's made quite a mark this year out in Croatia. He actually threw down variations of 900s. Look at the height on that 540 double bar spin. So you're seeing a trick that Jack Clark did, but Varga giving it his own style, a little bit more height. And you can see the bars he wound up throwing around with a little bit of a different finesse. There's a 360 bar spin over the box jump backwards, setting up with a lot of speed. What's he doing?
Oh, beautiful 360 double tail whip. Then a double bar spin on the quarter pipe, bar to bar, catching it fully both ways. Huge wall slap there. 360 bar spin from the spine to box transfer.
So Varga right now looks very confident on the course. He's really just taking his own approach as far as saying, you know what, I'm not racing the clock. I'm just going to get out here, find my zone. I'm going to try to milk all of these transitions. Yes, 360 with that bar spin. And a 900, at the buzzer, lighting the fuse of dynamite, and this time blowing up off the bike. Talk about going for it, though. 60 seconds into your run, you are tired, you are winded, and Varga putting it all on the line. There's that 540 double bar spin, lots of height, 360 downside tail whip.
Tons of height, energy, and excitement jammed into his run the whole way through, and like you said, ending it off after the 60 seconds, trying that 900, almost holding on, but not having enough strength to grasp with his left hand.
So our fourth rider, heat number one, another rider coming from the UK, currently sitting in sixth place with points, with 21,000 points. This is none other than the fast-flying Declan Brooks.
Declan Brooks had some very cool transfers and manual lines. Giving it a little kick.
Chengdu, can he pull it? Yeah! Declan into a backflip. Enormous manual going the distance. We're going to say that's the manual around the world right there. Everybody's tuning in on FISE.tv, seeing Declan Brooks throw down killer combos like that backflip bar spin to tuck no-hander. Transfer from the spine to box jump. First rider we saw utilize that. Opposite wall ride, so that's in his non-traditional direction. You see that's the opposite direction that he did that big deck manual. Bar spin to foot jam. Declan's had some really cool, unique lines this entire series. Loved seeing out in Colorado some of the big transfers. Yesterday in the semis, he threw some enormous transfers as well. But Declan going strong with that big manual around the curved wall. Wow, so Ryan, we're seeing our first four riders of 12 out on the course. Very impressive riding. Very minimal boggles and people touching foot down or crashing out here. And Declan kept up with that theme. Big tail whip. Here's a look at that backflip bar spin tuck no-hander. 360 tail tap utilizing his back brake. He actually runs his lever on the left side as opposed to the right. But right now we're going to go back to the top. This is the rider coming from North Carolina, riding that custom frame that he built just for the finals for the FISE World Series. That is a Laird frame. Mike Laird, a pro rider, welding up custom bikes. Josh Perry said, you know what, I want to go with this candy apple green machine to represent his sponsor, Garden of Life. So right now we're waiting for our judges to make sense of all the madness that just went down in our first four runs. It's going to be interesting to see if